Before we get started with this week's episode of Pushing the Cushion, we want to take a moment and acknowledge the tragedy that occurred at Kennedale Speedway Park this past weekend with the World of Outlaws. Our thoughts are with the family and friends of outlaw official Billy Hurt, who lost his life, and we're praying for official Jerry Myers Jr. as he recovers from his injuries. We're thinking about all the fans, the staff of Kennedale, the World of Outlaws staff, as they go through this really challenging time. This is a harsh and humbling reminder of the dangers of the sport we all love, but the racing community is strong and resilient, and just as we always do in the face of tragedy, we'll come together and be back at the track this weekend to race in their honor.
Welcome to the Pushing the Cushion podcast with Slim Pushins and Corby Sherb. For all your local and national sprint car updates, news, opinions, driver and team interviews, and behind-the-scenes insights and stories I promise you've never heard. These two have no idea what they're doing or why they're doing it, so give it a try. If for no other reason, you'll be able to make fun of them for it. And now, from the Rutherford Team Studio, please welcome Corby and Slim.
All right, we are back with episode number 2 of Pushing the Cushion. Thanks for making it all the way through the two-part series of episode 1. My name is Abe Froman. I'm the Sausage King of Chicago. And my co-host here, the only guy that I know that shaves his entire body twice a week, Corby Sherb.
Hey everyone, how y'all doing tonight? Yeah, it was first episode was really good. Even the testers seemed to go through all right. I think there's a lot of people that are intrigued with some of the people that we can get to know and try to understand a little bit more about. It's not just local racing, you know. Sometimes we're gonna have big names on there. People that have.
You're the biggest name that I have in my phone.
That's not good. That's not good. But tonight we actually have someone who, as a young kid, grew up racing, didn't know that he actually wanted to race. His dad got him involved in it, same thing. It's always a family thing. This kid is going to go on to do great things in racing. I know him very well. I call him my adopted son, the 88R Ryder Laplante.
Welcome, buddy.
Howdy, howdy.
Fresh off of your first outlaw race of the year. Races. How'd that go?
Friday night, Corby did not show up, so we're already off to a bad start. And but we had Slim there.
I'm glad
Slim
you called
kept the
him out
team
on
good. He kept us
Slim
hydrated.
kept the team glued
Jimmy
together.
was there, and he didn't actually help you at all, did he?
No, where was Jimmy?
I was occupied from the moment I walked through the pit gate to the moment I left.
How'd that work out
We
for
were
you?
chasing gremlins all weekend. It was fine. So I think we actually had it figured out, but just way too late. So you'll have that.
Now you
Y'all
showed
should-
up Friday night. You was running good. You qualified really good. Is that probably the best qualifying you've had at the World of Outlaws stage?
Yeah, we qualified 12th out of 34.
Mm-hmm.
Then went 3-3 in the heat and rolled off 12th for the A. And made it about 3 laps before getting KO'd
Yep.
Kennedale style.
Those
I-
were
I-
the
Proud?
3 laps I watched all weekend
Yeah.
of a sprint car go around the race.
Yeah.
I think that the biggest thing that people don't understand right now is the difference in, it's not where you come from. Like I guess you grew up, you started in junior sprints, right?
Yes.
And then you went on to micros after that, and then you started racing 305s locally and some nationally with some national races. But what's the difference in like your 305 race and just an ASCS race?
Just the format is really the big kicker. You know, 305, you're just showing up, you're drawing in, and taking your licks from there. Versus National Series, you're showing up, qualifying, And if you're anything like the 88 team, you're going to qualify about 20th out of 25,
That's
and then
the
go
attitude.
from 7th to 3rd in the heat and still barely make the A.
Yeah.
So that's the real kicker.
Is it the
Competition
Yeah,
too.
is it the quality of drivers too?
Yeah, I mean, guys like Sam, who's still aren't the best of the best, but can still outrun almost anybody in the world.
Right.
Just guys like him. You got guys like Blake Hahn, uh, Seth
Matt
Bergman at times,
Matt Covington.
Matt Covington, and they're going to race
Yeah.
you hard every single lap.
Right. And then
Just on the local scene, it's really hard to see stuff like that.
right. Well, because it's the same thing from the ASCS level to the World of Outlaw level. Is there a big difference?
Huge difference.
Yeah, it's not just motors; it's drivers.
It's like
as well.
going from Planet Fitness to a private gym.
I like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Kerbo and
What's
I
it?
know all about the differences there. That's an excellent.
Well, that's actually a good lead. Before I ask my question, that's a good. Everybody should know, the three of you and everybody that's listening. Corby's a little sassy tonight. He's salty, and I don't know if he's kind of going through some stuff. I called him to do a little pre-show earlier, and I went straight to voicemail, and then I guilt tripped him in a text. Told him that I could be bleeding out in a ditch and that I needed his help. So he called me back immediately and was just on something. What? Why?
I work out every day.
Do you need some help?
No, every day from 6 to 7, every day. And the most that my phone rings is from 6 to 7. I've even gotten a call from Ryder, and I actually stopped workout to answer the phone because if Ryder's calling me during that time, it has to be pretty major. And they had issues with a motor, and so he was calling me, asking me my opinion, and I don't have a clue. I'm no mechanic in any way, but I can give you my advice at least.
It'll sure waste your time checking.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to see that you kind of got out of your funk. At least there's a smile on your face. All right, here's the question that I have, Ryder. When I was out there, well, all weekend, but when I got out there Friday night, it's no matter how long you've done this, you're always in awe. It's these guys are the biggest names, the fastest guys in the country, the world, and I pulled up to your pit, and you are pitted next to none other than David Gravel.
Mm-hmm.
What's that feel like? They were very nice guys. You see them more than I get to, just being at different places on the road. What was that like?
I think as a driver, you don't think anything of it. It's because it's just another guy you have to beat. But, I mean, from your standpoint, I understand how you're in all. But like I said, as a driver,
He's
you
just
just look
another
at him
guy.
as competition. Just another guy you got to try to beat.
I ended up with one of his empty chocolate milk jugs in the back of the truck. Ryder threw it in there at the end of the night.
You did.
I think that's the big difference and what people forget. It's not that Texas 305 or even the Southern Oklahoma guys, because you're not actually from Texas, you're from Southern Oklahoma, but the Texas 305 guys, you got some fast guys, but you're not lining up next to someone like he's saying of David Gravel. There is tons of people who cruise through that pit area, and it's like, say, as a racer, if you put yourself in that position, you believe you deserve to be there.
I agree. And like I said, I get where he's coming from. Because like at Chili Bowl, when I was 6 to 7 years old, you look at Keith Kuntz's pit and just be in awe, or Kevin or Sammy Swindell. But now, I'm sure Corby understands when you do roll in the Chili Bowl, you look at him as another car you have to beat.
Yep. So it's the same. So let's like dig deep into who Ryder Laplante is. So I'm sure that probably no one in the pit area knows this. So you had open heart surgery, very young.
Yep.
Yep.
At the age of 2, I think.
The age of 2, you had open heart surgery, and for some reason your dad thought it was a good idea to put you in a race car.
Yeah, we started off with T-ball, and I was really the kid that just sat there and banged my head off the bat. So it's put me in a race car.
That's not shocking.
No.
But it worked out.
No. Yeah, Grandpa off the reservation. He was a big modified street stock guy.
Today's his birthday.
And,
I'm not exactly sure when this is going to be released, but happy
we're
birthday.
We're not wearing any green.
Happy birthday, Big Chief.
No one is. Not a single person.
No.
Green's bad luck. We talked about that.
No,
with John.
Ryder's actually very fond of green, so you can't knock that.
It's true.
Is this your favorite
Beat
color?
the 32 a lot with green. Yes.
I'm sure you did. But it's the same. I know they talk about you whenever you're at the shootout or the chili bowl. You've actually won a driller.
Yep. In 2015.
In a junior sprint, right?
In a junior sprint. Yep.
Yep.
Where does that
What's
driller
that like?
stand?
Where does it live? That's a good question.
Right by the simulator. It's actually a hat holder right now.
It's a big trophy.
It's pretty, yay big, about right here. Solo cup,
It's big,
But,
man. It's big in a lot of people's minds. There's tons of people who go through their whole racing career and never get the opportunity to win something like that.
Yeah, and it's just a surreal feeling to stand up on that stage. I wish everyone could experience that feeling. But
No,
like
you
you said,
don't.
only a handful of guys.
Absolutely, that's not
Get
how
to-
you feel. That's
Well, friend to friend,
sure.
It's a surreal feeling.
It's one of the more
That's a cool
impressive
thing.
things when you're standing in.
It was actually the closest finish in Expo history, I think.
Really?
Yep. None
So
other
you
than
were
Chase
that
Randall.
close to
Chase Randall,
not
actually,
getting
huh?
it.
Yes.
The kid from Waco.
Was you leading or was you running second and one?
No, we started first, and he kind of just got the jump on me. And if anyone's seen junior sprint racing, it's really follow the leader around the berm. But my dad told me wait for mistakes and just kind of sit there in second until he messes up. So about 5 to go under red, he gives me that signal to open up my entry and really get after it. Sure enough, down the back straightaway, I open it up and Chase hits it off the berm. I mean, that was his only mistake the whole race. And I was able to cross him up and get him down the front straightaway. We banged wheels coming to the checks. And it seemed like we paced around for eternity, seeing who won that race. But when they called the
Really?
88 to victory lane, yeah, it was a surreal feeling. Fun
That's
fact,
pretty
too,
cool.
Chase, after that news, decided to spin me out. Had to throw that out there.
Did he?
Yes, he did.
What? Did he think that you did him wrong at the time?
A lot of people, from that camp thought I did, but it's also for the driller, so you can't blame me too bad.
You've got the driller at the house with a hat sitting
That's
on
right.
it.
That's right.
That's cool. You say that your dad gave you signs. Like we talked with Jeb last episode about him and his dad and giving signs, and I'm one of the drivers that likes that stuff. And the same, like I've walked up to your dad before and told him what to tell you that you need to be doing, and then your dad has the signs to show you that.
What would you be telling my dad?
I
That's
went
my
up
question.
to your dad when we was at Kennedale, and I told him that you need to open up your entry and drive around the bump. The same, everyone knows the bump, the roller going into turn 3, especially in 305s. It's huge. And I told your dad to make you go around it. And who was in your heat race that night? Logan
Well, we
was
know
in
it
your heat
wasn't
race?
Friday night because you weren't there.
No, this was a couple years ago. And actually, I've given you one sign before, and I know better than
Never
ever give
again.
you a sign. No, it was bad.
Never
it was,
again.
It was terrible. We
Whoa,
were
whoa, I
at
wanna
Nationals
hear
your
this
first
story.
year.
We were at Eagle Nationals for 305 Saturday night, or is it Sunday at that race?
Sunday night.
It was
It
Saturday
may-
night that year. It was Saturday night. You were in the big. You made the big show.
Yeah, we made the big show, and I'm probably just running around 12th, pretty long race. And I just see Corby in turn 1 walk up to the fence with his hat on and starts pumping his fist up. It's telling me start hauling the mail around the cushion and going into turn 1. I hauled the mail right into the wall. And never went back up there since.
I thought it would work. It looked like it was.
Yeah.
Do
Next
you
caution, he just had his head down.
do you when your dad gives you signs, do we always adhere to that advice? There goes Jim. Jim's gone. Do you always heed that advice?
Depends what it is and what moment I'm in. Like
Is this
sometimes I'll be in
classified
the
information?
lead. No, not at all. It's like sometimes I'll be in the lead and he'll tell me to kind of start slowing down, and As a racer, you can't do that. You just can't. But, if he tells me to start running the bottom, I got to give him the respect he needs, and I'll try it for a lap or two. And if it don't work, I'll throw my hand out the car
To
to
prove
prove a
him
point.
wrong.
Yeah.
Corby, did we ever tell you to slow down?
No, Kerbo, you told me to keep digging, and we were lapping
That's why.
more than half the field.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
What
But
happened that night?
we won, but
What happened to the trophy from that? This is what
it's broke now, actually. It was a cool trophy. The 105 actually
It's
gives
a
you,
cool
super,
trophy.
They have this little, it's just like a piece of plexiglass that has 105 outlined in it, and it lights up, and it makes all these cool stories, and it's set right next to my computer whenever I played iRacing, and I don't know how, but somehow the cord got wrapped around it, and it knocked off, and it broke the top half off. So I'll have to glue it back together.
Still haven't?
No, not yet. I'll get to it.
Oh. Maybe when
What
he shows up.
What about you, Ryder? Like, what's like a big win that you've had in your career, other than just I'm sure the driller will always take that cake.
You think you got to go with the first sprint car win. That kind of sets you off. Getting that first one's always the hardest. I think it took me 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
But we did it no other than at Grayson County, which is in the backyard for us. So we had all the family there. We had Sherb racing there. I think Slim, maybe Jimmy.
Yeah, I was actually supposed to race Kennedale that night, and we got rained out, so we drove.
Yeah, and it rained out,
Yeah.
so it was like meant to be. It was
super cool to be there for that moment for you, and first big sprint win, because you had a ton of, it's not opportunities, but you had some chances the
Yes.
couple years previous to that, and just never capitalized. Things didn't work out, whatever. It was super cool to share that moment with you.
And I was just glad all my good buddies were there too. I will always cherish walking out of that trailer and getting probably orange juice dumped all over me.
It was
That was not orange
Victory
juice.
Fuel, and this
It was
is
Victory Fuel.
Victory Fuel.
podcast, but we bought a case of Victory Fuel from your trailer to dump on you.
Oh yeah, we had
Best $30 ever spent.
we had to purchase a case from your trailer to then dump back into their trailer.
Because it was from my Nana. She was in there and she didn't read the room, right? Like
Yeah,
she made y'all pay before y'all dumped
It's
it all
worth
over
it.
me.
Yeah, I think you were back in tech or whatever. Whenever we were like, we don't
Yeah.
have anything for him.
Well, that's because Jim's not exactly the most personable guy at the racetrack, so he's always got his head down and knuckles dirty. So Nana didn't had no idea that he was part of the family. So he's
Surprised
like,
he
"Hey,
didn't
can I
have a
get a
case in
case?"
his
And she's like,
backpack.
"Sure you can. $30."
Yeah.
Cash on.
It was a cool night. Ryder got his first win. Logan won the championship. It was super cool. It was a great opportunity to be able to be there. Thankfully, sadly, we got rained out. I lost my championship, but Logan won one, and you got your first race win.
All we had to do was start that race at Kennedale, and it got rained out.
I know. And actually, we spit a rear end at Grayson in the heat race, so it worked out. Whatever, it was cool. I'm happy that I got to be there for Ryder.
Do you
You
want
just
to?
spit it out at Kennedale anyway. So,
Oh, I'm sure. That or clipped a tire.
yeah.
Corby, you want to tell real quick what happened pulling into the track that night? We raced up there. Everything was muddy. Truck was muddy. Trailer was a disaster.
So Ryder probably doesn't even know this whole story. So we were reading GPS, and it said that we could get there a little bit quicker. I knew we was going to miss hot laps. There was no question about it. Danny Merrill said that I was drawn in. It was no big deal. But we just had to get there at least by the heat race so that I could at least start a qualifying race. And so we took this back road like an idiot. And Ryder knows Grayson County. Like just to go the main roads to Grayson County is super sketchy. It is one of the coolest racetracks. It's out in the middle, truly of nowhere.
The fans are
And-
rowdy too. I
For
think
sure.
I'm glad.
And
I'm glad we have a couple races up there this year. I don't
They
think
love
there were
Ryder
any.
Laplante too.
Oh, it's just 88R merch all over the place out there. The only kid that
Big
doesn't have
fans.
88R merch is the kid whose your dad signed his forehead that one year with a Sharpie. Walked up and the guy's like, "You're my favorite race car driver." I was like, "I don't think so, because that's Scott Sherb's signature on your forehead."
But But so we're booking it, and we try to take this other way, and we pull up to this just hard 90-degree corner on what's supposed to be a 2-lane road. It's more like a 1-lane road, and we have a 48-foot trailer. And Carl Clement was one of our greatest sponsors. I can never thank Carl enough. He sponsored us back in the motorcycle days. So we go to turn this corner, and it's me, Kerbo, and Wesley McNorton, and Randy McNorton's actually following us. We go to turn this, and there's no way. It's never going to clear the catastrophic drop-off on the other side. And so Randy gets out and tries to put some 2x6s underneath to try to make the trailer go across it, and it dented the bed. I have no idea whenever we turn the truck back in how it dented the bed.
It creased the bed, and there was a moment of time that Randy McNorton was willing to give up his right arm, literally. He was willing to put his arm between the trailer and the truck bed, and we were not having that. I don't even know if Jim knows that.
No.
And he was probably giggling about it too.
No.
And we got to the races, and we got to see all that, and then there was 2 or 3 months later that Carl called and asked for his truck back, and so we gave it back, and my dad calls me, absolutely chewing my ass about when was someone going to tell me the truck bed got creased, blah, 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 this just cost me, $2,000, something like that. And I was like, what? No way, the truck bed got creased? Get out of here.
Corby called me, he goes, hey, Dad just called, and he wanted to know why the truck bed was creased underneath the rail cap, the plastic rail cap. And I was like, we creased it? It was creased? I don't ever remember even coming close to creasing that trailer. Or that
Logan
truck.
must have went racing Abilene that weekend or something.
It was Logan.
Know?
It was Logan's fault for sure.
Yeah.
Turbo.
Oh, that's going to come up.
Turbo, you've been a part of a lot of dualies getting destroyed the last couple of years towing to the racetrack. Would you have you got a rear window blown out last year?
I went with John Carney and his crew chief Aaron to Texarkana to the Short Track Nationals, and we had a pretty good night racing. Everything was good, and we get on the road to leave, and we're probably 3 or 4 miles from the racetrack on the interstate, and this shotgun blast sound goes off, and I immediately, I was sitting in the back seat because that's where I fit in as a Make-A-Wish kid that y'all just let me kind of hang out. So I'm in the back seat of this truck and immediately feel a breeze, and they're in the front going, what the hell was that? So I turned around, and the quarter window behind me was gone. I say it was gone. It was completely shattered, and there was about a $1 bill size piece that was missing. And I was like, this
$1 or
back
a silver dollar?
No, it was it was probably,
So it was rectangular?
Yeah, it was probably 3 or 4 inches wide by 2 or 3 inches tall. And I was like, this back window just shattered. So we pull over on the side of the road, and trying to figure it out. And then John Carney's like, I know exactly what it was. And we're looking in the back, no idea. Well, there was a unused ratchet strap in the back of the truck, and we went to pass an 18-wheeler, and the pressure and the wind changed, and that ratchet strap, the open end, the ribbon end of the ratchet strap got to blowing around, and it went down between the bed of the truck and the cab of the truck, and it wrapped around the drive line. And when it wrapped around the drive line, the ratchet end of that went screaming toward the window at 9,000 miles an hour, and it just shattered that glass. And fortunately, it didn't do any damage to the drive line or anything like that. And we taped it up completely with stuff that we had in the trailer. And we get back, the truck, the trailer, everything was owned by Taco Casa. We get back to the hangar where Taco Casa keeps all their racing stuff, and a couple of the Taco Casa guys were there. They came out. We were like, we're not really sure what happened. They were like, they were trying to forensic, was it like a gunshot? I'm like, I don't know. We were driving, everything was good, and then it wasn't.
Did y'all go by Taco Bell on the way home?
Not sure what it was. But I think those are the only two I think those are the only two events, unless I'm missing something, that I've been a part of.
Well, it's two more than
tow
everybody
rig.
else. Yeah.
What are you saying? It's my
that,
fault?
That and the one time you towed my non-wing car, your tailgate got stolen out of the parking lot.
Of a Holiday Inn.
Hey,
So
but
literally
that's
2
Kerbo
weeks.
That's Kerbo and his choice of hotels.
No, we'll get to that.
I booked
literally 2 weeks to the day that we were at my house, and Jim and I had been somewhere, and I backed the truck up the driveway, and I go around and I lock the tailgate, and he goes, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm locking the tailgate," and he goes, "Who steals tailgates? I've never heard of anybody ever. I've never known anybody that got a tailgate stolen." And I was like, I don't know what they do in the Midwest, but down here, like, there's a lot of. I mean, it happens all the time. It's like a $7,000, $8,000 to replace tailgate. And he's like, I think you're just full of it. Well, fast forward 2 weeks later, Jim and I we're literally walking out of the back door of this hotel, watching two guys slam the doors on their Suburban with my tailgate in the back of this Suburban. Jim felt bad about it.
I've had plenty of foot in my mouth moments in my life, and that's right at the top. I felt like a piece of trash.
Dude, those things are so expensive. I had to claim that on insurance. So, unbeknownst to me, you can't just call Ford and go like, "Hey, I need a 2010 F-350 tailgate with the camera." They don't make them. So,
Nope.
I had to file it on insurance, had to go through like Caliber Collision. They had to order like 175 different pieces to put this thing together. And it was, I think insurance paid like $11,000 to replace it. It was a disaster.
And like a
worth more
month
than the whole
later,
truck.
didn't some kid crash a go-kart into it? or a semi at work back
This
into
wasn't
it or
on
something?
this was not on the notes. This wasn't on the Ryder Laplante show notes. But yes, like a week and a half later, I was I don't know why Jared and Lindsay Warhurst always come up, but I was at their place and they've got a go-kart in their backyard. And Dakota, who now is a really good driver, she came off the track straight into the tailgate was down, and it's got like a plastic cap on the end with a well over engineered ladder, and she just went absolutely screaming cage first into the back of the tailgate, just shattered that plastic. And then a month later at work, a semi-truck backed into it. Laugh it up, guys.
We talk about trucks. I mean, like
That some bitch. Hey, that some bitch is still dented. My dad, I got the insurance paid it. They gave me like, I don't know, $3,500. It wasn't a total loss. It was dented all to hell. And to this day, my dad will ask, well, "Hey, when are you gonna get that tailgate fixed?" I was like, "I'm not." And he's like, "Why not?" Because nobody's gonna steal a dented tailgate.
It's true.
It's a very good
we
point.
can keep talking about trucks. I mean, like Ryder, like your dad is beyond. I don't know the right words for it about his truck that he pulls the
Obsessed?
trailer with.
Big black?
Obsessed,
He called it his
How he
Ryder's
takes
gone.
care of
the other
it.
night.
Oh my
Probably,
God.
There
probably
you are.
would. Probably he might even pick the truck over you sometimes.
I think he'll pick the truck over anybody. I mean, we don't call him Super Trucker for no reason, right?
Ryder called me yesterday to talk about the podcast. We talked for 45 minutes or an hour. And I asked him a couple minutes after he called, I was like, "What are you doing? You've been at work all day. What are you doing now?" "I'm polishing chrome." And my first instinct was like, you don't have any chrome or anything on the race car. You polishing chrome on Big Black? And he was like, "Yeah." Had him out there polishing chrome.
Super trucker.
only- it's only
does he
That
like
is the most
anyone else?
beautiful.
outside.
That's the most beautiful truck and trailer setup, I think, in the pits, though. It's awesome looking. What year is that truck, that tractor?
1990.
Yes. No def.
Nope.
Has he ever let anyone else drive it?
He let me pull it out the truck wash about 10 feet.
Yeah.
And he put the phone in his pocket, and we went down the road.
Yep. So you're telling me your dad will drive all night long, all the way back home,
I mean, all night long,
after a day
no
of racing,
stops. After a whole day of racing, after a whole night of racing,
on
he'll
nothing but
drive.
spicy
He'll drive
Mexican
20,
candy.
24 hours on Mexican candy and 5-hour energies, and maybe a quick trip Coke.
Your
Super
schedule's
trucker.
been nuts the last month. You guys were running south of Florida, Arizona, back
Yeah,
and
I mean, we
forth,
went from
just going back
Volusia
and forth
to
all over the country.
Miami and then back home. I think we made it from Miami to the house in 24 hours. It's a 28-hour drive.
with
So
one driver.
with one driver.
Yeah.
Were you doing anything productive at all in the sleeper?
You know me, I was sleeping.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah,
it like?
that's about
What's it
how
like
that
being a
goes.
kid and just cruising the country, stuff like that? And I know that you're still young and like you don't notice things, but what's it like to travel? Because you did the whole ASCS circuit last year. I know that's y'all's plan again this year. What's it like being young and getting to see and travel the world, see different racetracks, see different environments of the world?
It's awesome. I feel like it's easy to take for granted sometimes
Right.
just because of how much of a grind it is. But going to places like Montana, Florida, even Arizona, you wouldn't think, but it's really pretty out there. Then, you're also going to Kansas, which is part of the grind I'm talking about.
Easy. You're
You go
getting
to,
close to the Midwest over. That's where that's
yeah,
First of
stomping
all,
grounds.
Kansas is
you go
not
to
the
just
Midwest.
absolute ovens of a place. It's 110 degrees outside. You're sweating all day. That's where it's really easy to take for granted. But, at the end of the day, you just got to sit back and enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah, it's the same. I mean, Eagle, Nebraska, I think I mean, it's not underrated in any way, but it's beautiful out there. Like, it's so desolate to what the world that we know, being from North Texas, Southern Oklahoma, so much
No
different.
service.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I mean, you have no option but to enjoy what you're doing out there.
Yeah. I think the difference, and I think a lot of people should get to at least experience that. It's not just like you being a young kid, but just seeing what America has to offer, let alone you getting to chase your dreams, because this is everything you hope for as a little kid, right?
Yes, and hopefully hopefully it can be something I can keep chasing for a very long time. Just got to keep doing my thing.
Do you ever get burned out?
There's moments I think any driver can correlate to this, like especially points racing. You don't have a choice. You have to go to some of these tracks, like in Kansas.
Paducah, Kentucky.
Like Paducah,
Yep.
Paducah. I mean, you have no choice but to show up when it's 110 degrees outside, and the rest of your family's out on the lake, or you get a phone call from Kerbo and Corby that they're at the golf course. That really puts the icing on top.
Well, it's the
What's
same. Like you talk about Paducah, and then you love Grayson County, and like we just told a story about Grayson County is truly in the middle of nowhere, but it's a track that's close to home. It means something to you. There's such a difference in that.
Yeah, and then there's a lot of people there that I do know that I can talk to, and I'm also in my bed an hour after the races, which is a huge plus for me. That's all I can ask for.
Do you miss that sometimes? Is that probably one of the?
Absolutely, I really do.
I am that
That's
much
stuff.
too.
That's stuff you take for granted.
Yeah, I'm very much a homebody. I'd rather sleep in my bed. I'd rather drive like a super trucker all night to get home. I'd rather sleep there than stop at some hotel that Kerbo booked for us in Waco and hit every curb in there because
Okay,
Kerbo didn't
all
pay
right.
attention.
That's the second time you brought it up. Go ahead and tell the story. We were in Abilene, doubleheader weekend.
We raced Abilene Saturday night, and then we had to race Waco Sunday. And
Memorial Day
Kerbo's-
weekend, right?
Yeah, I think so. And Kerbo booked us a hotel, and I didn't pay attention. I didn't look at anything. And we pull into this hotel, and he was like, oh, it's fine. Like, drive all the way around. He's looking at his GPS like it's no big deal. I guarantee you I hit 17 curbs. Guarantee you. So much that I pulled straight out onto the road and just backed the trailer straight up. And I mean, there was 76 trees that I scraped the trailer down. And I said, I don't even care anymore. Like, I just want to go to sleep. I just want to wake up tomorrow. I don't care.
All you people listening, y'all might think that Corby's just the most happy-go-lucky guy. He's always in a good mood, always smiling. Nothing could be further from the truth in these moments. Corby is a yelling, picking on, bullying man.
And
in
plays
these
the
moments.
weirdest music you will ever hear on race day.
Corby has you folks absolutely fooled. He was not happy. I was like, Corby, they're just curbs. Like it's not like it's.
We
we're
only
not
needed one bed.
We're not crimping any truck beds or anything. It's easy. All right, Ryder. What I'm curious about is, give me what are your 2 favorite tracks? If you could have a 30 race season that only included 2 tracks, nothing about drive time, 24-hour drives, anything like that.
I think number 1's Volusia right now. Just after what they did to that place, it races like no other track. And then number 2, probably have to go with I-55.
Ooh,
Cool place.
Nice.
I
Very cool
crashed
place.
so many cars there on World of Outlaws
It's-
2000 and PlayStation 2.
It's such a bad
I
fast track
jumped
too.
cars
Right.
on the crossover gate on the backstretch every time. What Volusia did put on some bangers all speed weeks, January and February. The late models, the 360 stuff was good. The Outlaws were always good. What was different? I know they put new clay down. What was different about it?
Just it kind of raced like a short track in a way. You could really race a lot closer, in my opinion. Dirty Air wasn't as bad. And 3 and 4 every night had a 3-foot curb, and then 1 and 2, if you weren't up there banging, scraping paint off the wall, you just weren't going to be as fast. And there's a lot more passing, in my opinion.
Yeah, the races were great. They were entertaining to watch from the couch here when we were iced in, but Volusia's awesome. It always terrifies me when I check the weather app and see that the ADR is 108% and the density altitude is negative 2,000 feet, and I just think it's going to be a motor eating
And you're right.
blow
That's all
up
it is.
kind of night every time they go down there. I'm sure with the schedule you guys running Volusia in January and February to Montana in the dead of the summer, it's probably 10,000 feet, and you're just killing the tune on the motor to make it work. But
Do you want to explain real quick ADR? Air density rate?
air density ratio. It's basically how much oxygen or how much air the air actually has compared to water vapor. It's if it's humid or if it's crisp. So when it's cool and crisp in the fall or early in the spring, if it's 60 degrees out and there's a nice wind and it's crispy, the motors make a lot of power. Because there's a lot of air in the air, the ADR is high, then you need to add fuel to the motor, and you have a bigger mixture of air and fuel getting into the motor, so you're making more power. And then in the middle of summer, when it's July, August, it's 110 degrees out with 98% humidity, the ADR might drop to 85%, where there's a lot of water vapor in the air. And then you have to pull fuel out of the engine to get your mixture right, and the motors might make 100 less horsepower.
I'm
Did you get all
really
that,
not
Corby?
sure what you just said right there, but
Wake
that's,
up, class.
That's great.
Time
like
for your
ADR,
next one.
and then like Ryder, let's talk about it. You just mentioned it, like dirty air. Dirty air is huge, and I think that especially in sprint cars, as fans, they have no idea what you're talking about whenever you say dirty air.
Yeah, like, we'll be on the couch watching a race, and my mom would be like, why is that guy veering off like that? And I'm like, well, he's trying to stay alive. That's how big of a deal it can be, because you tuck in behind someone. It's like NASCAR. It's drafting in a way. It works on the straightaways, but as soon as you enter that corner, you have to be either inside the left rear or outside the right rear, or you're just not going to turn.
Were you taught? I'm curious. Were you taught that, or did you learn that the hard way? Is that something that you talk about with other drivers when you were coming up into sprint cars,
It's
or what?
it's a mixture. I mean, everyone's going to tell you what to do, but you just have to go out there and feel it. That's like what I tell new drivers. Like when Carson Bolden was coming up, I had a discussion with him. I was like, you're gonna feel that feeling, but you need to feel it so you know not to do it. And from tracks, like different tracks, it's different. Like Kennedale, you can get away with it all day, but if you go to Belleville or Knoxville, you're not going to turn, and you're probably going to smoke the wall.
So it's the same as much as like the ADR and what Jimmy's talking about. Super Trucker and Jimmy are these people that make the motors go, but it's still you as a driver. You have to know this stuff. The same, I think that even at Eagle, Nebraska, going into turn 3, that there's dirty air there, and I believe
Very
that
bad.
you
Yeah.
have to split your lane whenever you pull in there. I don't care if you're in a 305 or a 360.
hmm
So that's
And if
stuff.
and if you don't split it, it's going to hurt pretty bad
For sure. We've watched how many people drive straight into the wall going in the middle of 3 and 4 because of that.
Yeah.
every year.
It's the cars create wake just like a boat makes a wake through the lake. You just can't see it, right? So
Right.
And another tip, like if you're watching GoPros, if like a 410 at TMS or Knoxville, when they're in their own air, you'll kind of see the hood vibrate and shake. But when they're tucked in behind somebody, it just really like brings it up in a way. It's kind of a hard tip to explain. Once you see it, you'll get what I'm saying.
I understand what you're saying. It's the same. Like if you're just pulling behind an 18-wheeler driving down the highway and you stick your hand out, you don't feel
Yeah.
anything. Like you'll feel just like a couple of drafts, and then if you pull out, then it's all there. Same
Mm-hmm.
NASCAR, any type of drafting that exists. There's a difference in sprint cars. We are reliant on the air and how it comes across our wings.
Yeah, if you don't have that wing speed, you're just not going to be fast at all.
It's the same. Like 360s and 410s, you guys have wing sliders, and your wing sliders are very important throughout the feature, just simply to get more downforce.
Yes.
But what's your plans? Where are you going? What do you want to do?
This year, we're going to keep going with ASCS. And then maybe next year, do some more 410s and then more 410s and more 410s. And just keep getting my seat time up in that, and hopefully do it full time.
Do you want to just stick to dirt? Do you ever want to go asphalt racing?
I mean, if I got the opportunity to, it'd be cool. But
Just to add to the resume?
yeah, and maybe see if it did work or not. You never know.
Because it's
So-
crazy how small this world is. I know there's a lot of people who I consider you my adopted son. How did that story come about? Where was that story originated? How old were you that year?
I was 15
15.
at my first Chili Bowl. I don't know why my parents trusted the Sherb so much. I don't know why I trusted the Sherb so much.
It worked out. We had
Yeah,
fun
I
that
think-
week.
There are hundreds of thousands of people across the world that ask themselves that question.
Yeah, I think my mom gave you my parenting rights for that week, right?
Yeah, she signed the rights over that if anything happened to you that week that and I have no idea why I got picked for that, but I was the one who was supposed to take care of you.
I don't know why they let me take a week off of school either.
It was fun though. We had fun. It was great.
Chasing dreams.
I'm glad that I got to show you what it was like to be that racer living out on the road, especially as a kid with no parents around, just enjoying everything that happened.
Definitely one of the funnest weeks of my life.
We sucked that week, but it was fun.
I always remember Jimmy being so stressed out.
permanently.
It always
Remember
goes
one time
back
I
to
was-
Jim.
I was doing bars on someone's car and I got grease on the splines. And that still sticks with me.
This is
That's a no-go.
No. I think I did it about 4 times before I finally quit.
So I've got notes here somewhere, show notes, and it's titled "Disappointing Your Crew Chief." That would be one of them. Did you learn a life lesson?
Very life lesson.
Jim,
And like
did we just?
I never tore the tape right either for the stagger on a tire.
The tape is very simple. There's nothing. My wife
I got the hang of it
can't
now,
use it either.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
was
it's
15.
great. Well, you signed up to race with adults, you're going to get treated like an adult. I don't know what to tell you.
Everybody's got to learn at some point.
That's right. We're going to do it right.
Jim, did Corby and or I does any disappointing moments come to your mind? You have any disappointment stories?
Not. I mean,
it was daily. Corby, would you agree with that? It was.
I think that even Ryder has one of those moments. We were running at TMS in 24, and Ryder came through the B that night. I think that, I don't know, I was like 4th or 5th. I wasn't that good. And then all of a sudden the caution came out, and Ryder just saw me, spun around backwards. The left front was hanging off.
Corby.
Is that when we...
Someone moved the tire. Someone moved the tire. It wasn't me.
It's probably 4X.
It's sorry, Jim. You can be honest, especially Corby. We've already talked about this on podcast. Corby's hit every tire that can be hit and some that can't be hit.
The only time I can specifically remember being...
This is where Jim takes the high road.
Not okay, frustrated. Well, we had done so much weird stuff to Corby's car, and he had a short little race car. It was like a 85, so it was a really short wheelbase, and it had a really short engine setback. And like Corby, I couldn't even get in the car because my knees were up against the steering box. And we fought that thing, and then we got it really fast. I think it was at Rocket, and Corby was leading a heat race by half a lap, and I was back with one of his brothers for for heat 2 or 3 or whatever. And then the yellow comes out, and I was just kind of sitting back there because I had walked away because Corby had this thing in a bag. He was the fastest car on the property. And then I got back to the pits and realized that he was the yellow and steamrolled a tractor tire on his own from the lead with about a 6-second lead. And I don't know that we ever got him back that night. And I remember thinking, like, what the hell? Like that, we were on
why
cruise
am I
control
wasting
there.
my
What is
time?
going on? And
The car was good. That short wheelbase car was really good. It was just like the fine point of, I feel like I could go faster, but you couldn't actually go faster than that. Like, you were fast enough where you was.
Was that the red chassis car?
No, that was the black chassis.
No, it was
Shorter than the red chassis.
It was typical Sherb, black chassis, white body, and it looked like
yeah.
the other 4 on the racetrack.
Yeah.
But it was super small, and it just had like a really narrow window, and it was edgy. It was really fast, but I think the way we had it set up, I don't know what happened. Like I said, I watched the first 3 laps, and I was like, oh, we are gone. This is great. And then next thing I know, it's on jack stands back in the pits. So,
God, that happened a lot.
Yeah.
Ryder actually drove one of our short wheelbase cars too.
So.
Ryder drove
We allowed to
Worlds.
talk about that?
It was a standard rail 8640. If I'm not mistaken fully, I think that pad still sits there. It was would y'all wrap like a 2x6 in a blanket or something to stuff beside you?
I thought it was a pillow.
Was it a pillow that you had to stuff next to you in the rib guards?
I mean, if Rick Burdick would have seen that, I don't think I'd ever race a day in my life again. Yeah, I think we took Merle's car to Boyd after blowing mine up a couple weeks before. I think we ran like second.
Yeah.
At Boyd, and we went to Ardmore and kept popping out of gear, but we still ran 3rd or 4th, I believe.
I think
just to fill people in, what they're talking about is Ryder's tall and doesn't weigh 100 pounds sopping wet. And it wasn't his seat that was dropped in that car. So when he sat down in it, it was like a hot dog in a hallway.
Yeah.
So I think that's what that Curb was trying to say, is like being versatile as a driver too, especially as a young kid coming up. Like the same, like the midget that you drove at the Chili Bowl that was ours, we had to take knee guards out. We had to move the seat like up and back just to be able to get your knees in there. And you made a bunch of turns that Saturday, didn't you?
Yeah, I think we made 5 or
5,
4.
something like that. It was a lot.
5.
You actually beat me
I
in the
remember
last
beating
one.
you to the line.
But the same concept, you're a super tall guy, and sprint cars aren't really designed for stuff like that.
No, every day I pray that I could wake up like David Gravel
Or Corby.
It's the
or
same. David
Corby.
Gravel, Kyle
Yeah,
Larson, Brad Sweet, super small guys. Justin
'cause
Peck,
nothing's made for tall guys,
right?
especially a race car.
The same. So that you can go with the tall chassis, and it changes your roll center. This is going to get into Jimmy talk, and it's going to change all that stuff. And it's the same as like how you put your seat inside of a car. All that stuff matters. And you, as a tall person, you can't necessarily always make yourself comfortable. It's more of
No,
that's what
like,
works.
especially with my long legs, I get cramps a lot in a race car, and I just have to sit there. I can't move my leg forward or back. I just got to sit there and bend my wheel. Hopefully it goes away.
It's not like me. Like I can just about cross my legs inside of a sprint car.
Yeah. Even the midgets to this day, in any midget, I can't wear a knee guard. Like my last Chili Bowl when I did flip, I really regretted that decision. Still got the scars on my knees, but
That's always the story.
You got to get some
Yeah.
volleyball knee pads just to wear on your seat.
can't lose your Aurora, no cap.
I don't know what any of that
But
meant.
it's okay. So we'll talk about cramps. Like what about physical fitness? What is it like whenever
Here
you
we
drive
go.
to Montana and you got to
Here
run
we
2 nights
go.
in a row? Like you can't just be someone who sits around, right?
No, and especially up there, there's like no air. So even like getting in the car, I'm already out of breath. But yeah, I hit the gym about 5 days a week, Corby Sherb style, shave on Tuesdays.
And Saturdays.
Yeah.
I think it's important.
But yeah,
like
people don't understand that part of the sport is that you can't just hop in a race car and go crank 35 laps even at Kennedale.
yeah,
I mean,
Kennedale, the G forces that we pull at Kennedale,
Yeah.
especially you in a 410, there's a big difference in a 305 and a 410.
I agree. Especially with just, I have a long neck. So my neck's always getting pulled. That's the first thing that usually wears out.
Are you the type
I
of
don't know if-
driver that leans your head on the headrest, or do you try to fight it?
I try to fight it for the photos. You can't be cranking
head-
over
good head
on
tilt.
your head. Yeah.
That's
Is that's there's no way that's a conscious thought when you're behind the wheel.
I don't know. Like, if you see some like old school non-wing guys at the
They're pretty
at
cranked.
Terre Haute, and they're just cranked
Yeah.
over opposite lock, it's pretty sick looking.
But they had
All
the
right.
cool like arm straps and the
Yes.
helmet clips.
Yeah,
That was a
pre-neck
different
restraint.
game.
They had neck roll, and then the left shoulder strap just pinned.
I mean, as a driver, I can't be too concentrated on driving the race car, Turbo.
What?
'Cause then I'm just gonna mess up.
So you like to stay loose?
I like to stay loose.
Would you
Like my
consider
dad, he'll
yourself?
sometimes crank the belts down. And you might kind of see me crank them back up, just a tad.
Do you
I
run-
remember
you,
there's a funny story. The first time you raced the Chili Bowl and your dad was there, your preliminary night, and your dad leaned over to me and he goes, "Please get in there and tighten up Ryder's belts. He won't let me do it anymore." I'm like, dude, he is tight enough. I promise.
Dude,
What
I
are
used
you?
to get bruises on my body from the belts being so tight.
Are you emotional? Are you an emotional driver?
I can be.
Are you emotional on the
Depends.
racetrack or just more like once it's over and you
Once
you
it's
should've done
over and
something
I
different?
can, yeah, I'm I'm really hard on myself on those type of deals. But it's how I learn. Like my dad can't stand it when I'm like in a mood after a bad race, but I'm just thinking on what I should have done and what I could do different.
What if you could choose? Let's talk. Assuming that you had what you consider a bad night, you pull back up to the trailer off the track and you get out of the car. If it's up to you, how long do you want to decompress and be left alone?
Give me all week.
I was more talking like 10 minutes, 30 minutes, before
It
you
just
become
depends.
approachable again.
You can give me about 10.
So you can just be in your head and
Well,
mode
I
for
think
a
there's
while.
a difference in like
At least,
family
or
and
just let me take the suit off. That's when it usually goes away.
there's a difference in like family and friends trying to talk to me and tell me what I could have done, and then if some little kid walks up, then it's different, and I'm not going to be in a mood for that person. But
Yeah. There's definitely on and off switch with it.
yeah,
Along those same lines, what do you hate? What kind of pet peeves on the racetrack, on the racing surface? What are your pet peeves? Either how people drive you, how a flagman calls the race, unspoken things, anything?
Pet peeves, a lockdown track.
You
It's
don't like it?
rough. Like Kennedale, can't stand it.
That's an incredible answer.
Can't stand it.
don't brake check us before the start of the race.
That's
That
kind of what I was getting at. Like, what is
or
there anything? Is there anything like that?
no stuff like that I eat up pretty good. Like it don't bother me that bad.
Being
I've
banged
seen
from
people.
behind.
I've
coming to
seen
green?
people like will rub you and stuff like that before starts. Does any of that stuff ever get in your head, or is that more of like a motivator?
That motivates me a lot. Like when Thorson did it to me at Chili Bowl, and I did it back to him. That motivated me pretty good.
I
But pet
think you're.
peeves, I don't really have that many.
I mean, you're pretty easygoing, and it's a question that I like to ask everybody. And I got a lot of feedback, and I think Corby did too, at Kennedale this weekend. I really haven't even talked to Jim about it. Maybe he talked to some people too. But we got a lot of Jim didn't talk to anybody. He hates people. Just you should ask people this, and you should ask. That was one of the questions that that had come up. That I'm just curious. What we see from the stands if somebody's bumping you or wheel rubbing you or whatever. I know Corby. We've talked in previous episode about Corby knew he had to stay out of his head. So racing local 305 stuff, you see these guys. A lot of times we travel with these guys. We pit next to these guys, week in and week out. So under caution and stuff, there's a lot of just kind of BSing and messing with each other and stuff, which I think is great. It kind of keeps it lively, and you can be the hardest of competitors, but yet still be human. As a race fan, that's always great to see. What about superstitions? Are you superstitious?
I'll eat chicken and sit on a bag of peanuts. I don't care. I mean, I'll put my left sock on before my right. I'll do a 360 with my helmet, but before putting it on, I don't care.
So you got on this topic, you got a brand new driver's suit. I guess was this weekend the first time you pulled it out?
Yeah.
So you pulled it out, and on Saturday, Corby decided to leave Wise County, and he came out to support you. And I made a comment about it being a good-looking suit and shiny and didn't have any dirt. And Corby, you asked him what?
Did you break it in?
Meaning?
You're supposed to go lay in the dirt.
Is where did that come from? Is that a Sherb thing? Is it a motorcycle thing? Is it
I don't know
worldwide
if it's any
thing?
of that. It for sure on the motorcycles. Like I remember the first time I pulled out my brand new set of leathers. It was 2009 at Springfield Mile, and I'd forgotten that I hadn't broke them in. And I told a guy, his name was Randy King. His son Hunter raced with us, and I yelled at him to come over and hold my bike before we went out for practice. And I ran out on the racetrack, and I laid down on my back and then on my stomach to break it in. It worked. I never
That's
crashed
why
those leathers.
This is why we laugh at you.
Jim, have you ever heard that before?
No, but that's pretty on brand.
Well, for racers or for Corby?
No, for Corby. No, that's pretty on brand for Corby. I don't
Corby,
know.
didn't
But
you
it's
do
the same,
something?
like-
Rolling around in the dirt.
Didn't you do the same thing? Don't you have a break? Don't you do something with gloves too?
Well, it's the same concept. Like you're supposed to throw your gloves on the ground and step on them. Like, Ryder can say that he's not superstitious at all or, like, doesn't matter under caution, but if we had a red flag and we were in 305s, like, me and Ryder always seemed to find each other, and we would be trying to yell at each other of what's happened on the racetrack. Couldn't understand anything that we was saying. But we would always end up being right next to each other.
Yeah.
Y'all put those helmets on, and you think that you can just talk to us like we're talking now. That's not how it works. We have to lean in and still we catch about every fourth word. And then y'all get mad because we can't hear what you're saying. That happened this weekend. I can't remember what you were asking me, but you motioned me over and you said something and I didn't hear you. And then I leaned in further and still didn't hear you, and I just walked off.
Or I love it when the push guys, they'll like get behind their driver's car and they'll be like, "Hey, run the top in 3 and 4." And then everyone, everyone around you now knows what you're about to do. Yeah. That's my pet peeve. That is my biggest pet peeve.
Oh, for sure.
All right. You didn't even know you had pet peeves, and yet here we are.
That one does fire me up when Darren does yell what he wants me to do.
But the same, even Darren, Darren supports you massively, and he's been there for you through the ups and the downs, and it's not easy having people like that in your pit area.
No, and it takes a special kind of person to want to do that for someone else. Mm-hmm. Especially in this sport, like these guys don't get paid a lot. It doesn't get talked about much. Crew guys probably make $500 a week, $600 a week. And
wait, there are crew guys that get paid, Corby?
I think Jimmy was a pretty big crew guy for a while.
Why? But
it's like, hold on.
Y'all told me for years, crew don't get paid. You're just lucky to be here. Just sit back and be a Make-A-Wish kid.
Well, let's talk about this. Like we talk about Super Trucker and your dad, like driving all across the country, and there's only so much that your dad can do. A lot of times, your dad just needs help. People like Darren and what's the kid's name that cruises with you sometimes?
Wow.
Yeah, and Wout
awesome.
he
the
comes
Flying
around.
Dutchman?
Just it's getting experience. It's seeing those moments, and then it's to go grab a tire or what. I saw him climbing up in the top of the trailer this weekend to grab some tire that Darren said we needed.
Like it was nothing.
That we didn't even put on the car.
Mm-hmm. I mean, in this world, there's a lot of work that you'll do for nothing.
Yeah.
Like, wash the trailer in the cold weather just for it to get dirty down the road.
Corby,
that's another subject.
Corby would apologize at the end of every night if we didn't win. And I finally told him, I was like, listen, why are you apologizing? Well, what did you say?
Man, it's simple. Like, these people give up their lives. They give up their opportunity to go do whatever it is they're going to do. If they want to go to Billy Bob's on a Saturday night, to go and cruise with us to some random racetrack, probably in the middle of nowhere, to not get home until 3 or 4 in the morning, to, like you're saying, you're super hard on yourself. There's a lot of times I could have done a lot of things different after the fact, and I just didn't think about it in that moment. So I'll always be apologetic that people did that for me.
My whole thing was like, maybe it's because I grew up in team sports, and that's kind of how I viewed this. If I didn't want to be here, or
Jimmy
I had something more important to do,
he was a quarterback,
and yet he's here with us. But maybe that, I don't know if it was because of team sports or whatever, but that's how I always viewed this. Like, we're in this together, and we're going to win and lose together, and you don't owe me an apology. And I mean, there were some nights that you probably did, some tractor tire nights. But other than that, like, it is what it is. The outcome is the same outcome for each of us. So, what else is there?
I'll just say this, and I'll say this. I probably never even actually said this to Ryder, but to me in racing, especially at my age, and I don't know if I'm ever going to get in a race car again, but to see Ryder grow the way that he did, and whether or not he looked up to me, I mean, he actually looks down to me, but to see the growth and what Ryder has done since I think I did meet him when he was 14 years old, that's what this sport is, and that's what we need more people it's not like me, but more people like Ryder that'll just listen to someone, even if it's just to have fun. I know Ryder's made fun of me a lot in his life because that's what grew Ryder into the person that he is today. And now, like I said, I mean, it's so cool to sit there and watch Ryder run at the World of Outlaws level.
And back to us meeting, I think we should touch on that subject. Do you remember meeting me?
I'm pretty sure.
At Grayson County.
Yep.
I think I was walking the driver's meeting, and here comes Logan and Corby with their earrings and blacked out sunglasses and goatees. I'm like, what in the hell do these guys want to talk about?
So many people have that same story.
And they're like, hop on, let's go. I'm like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, we pulled up next to you and said, hop on and let's go. And that was it.
There's a
we raced
picture
Kennedale a couple
somewhere.
weeks later.
There's a picture somewhere of all the sherbs back in the Frosted Tips days that
Yeah.
just blow your mind. Hardcore motorcycle Frosted Tips.
Better hide your daughters.
No, like that's cool.
Lock 'em up.
It was Ryder just trying to show up, and he was a nobody. It's not that he was a nobody in racing. He grew up in micros. He'd done a lot of things. He won, a driller.
He was
I know
nobody to us at the time.
Yeah, I know what it's like to be a young kid living inside of an adult's world. Whenever you get into big sprints, even if it is 305s, I mean, Chad Wilson's never been nice to anyone on the racetrack ever. Kevin Ramey's not going to give you a single inch if he ever has the opportunity to. Justin Fifield, Taylor Courtney. There's tons of people around here. Jeb, John. There's tons of people that'll never give you that opportunity, and it's the same concept. I feel like there needs to be more people who will just give back to the kids. It's the same like Ryder and Carson Bolden. They're just young kids trying to grow up in this sport. Don't make them hate it.
Yeah,
I agree, and that's something I'll always appreciate.
It's also
for sure.
It's also the kids' approach. Ryder's folks have brought him up well. Ryder was coming in with a lot of humility and knew it was a new area and a new scene. He didn't come in running over everybody and thinking he was, he was just passing through. We get some of those kids coming through as well, and
For sure.
and who don't show anybody any respect and don't get any back. Like I said earlier, you sign up to race with the adults, you're going to get treated like an adult. So. Kevin and Amy Ryder's parents have done a good job, getting him to where he's going, and hopefully still pursuing that next thing.
And doing it with respect.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if I've ever gotten mad at Ryder, it was because he wasn't being aggressive enough in a moment.
Exactly. So I don't think anybody.
And same thing for Corby. I mean, I think we've all told Corby he's not being aggressive enough.
It's such a fine line.
nice
It's the same,
guy.
and you have your mom and your dad and your sisters, and they've always supported you through this. Emery actually raced for quite a while. What's it like growing up in a family that did it together?
It's very special. We have so many stories now. Our whole life's now dedicated to racing.
Yep.
It'll probably never change. So, I mean, same thing with yours, Jimmy's.
Yeah, my wife had no idea what she signed up for.
Yeah.
My poor wife didn't know what a sprint car was 3 years ago.
I mean, it comes with its pros and cons. There's a lot of arguments about it. Me and my dad are always gone. We're always missing Emery's moments.
Mm-hmm.
But when we are together, you just got to cherish them a lot more than we used to.
Right.
It was good having your sister out there this weekend. Well,
I
having all
agree.
of them. Your
I love
mom and
having
her
her
best
out there.
friend came out, and Emery was out there all weekend. Big Chief was out there
Half-breed.
doing his thing. He took a ride on the old Ripper.
Your hog.
Yeah, the
old
pit
steak.
bike.
Yeah.
All right, we need to start wrapping it up. I have a couple of questions. The first one is, Ryder, do you think that we landed on the moon?
Here we go.
And that's I'm real 50-50 on that one because
There's no wrong answer, but the people want to know the real Ryder Laplante. Do you think that we landed on the moon?
I was real confident about it till the last episode.
Jim's got some crazy facts about it.
And he made
Crazy.
some pretty good facts. Like
Yep.
the wind. There ain't no wind up there, I don't think.
Yep.
Then
The
the
stars.
rocket fuel.
Yep.
I mean,
So you're on the fence.
who's to say any of us are right?
Yep.
So
Oh, no, that's the whole,
Yeah.
that's the beauty of it. That's what makes it a
I
conversation.
agree.
Jim refuses to answer the question.
I already
He's a-
have made a declaration. I will do it again. I am Jim Gardner, currently living in Denison, Texas.
doesn't want to get assassinated.
I'm making this statement of my own free will. I think we landed on the moon.
The Russians
But
are
what's
listening.
backing it?
Let's
There's
take
a
it.
0% chance you're going to
He
engage
prays the
Jim in
government
this
is
conversation.
listening.
I'm not entertaining
And the second question is, we had talked about, Corby and I talked about it before. We'd love to be able to check in with you. Just a race recap from here and there from the road. I wish we would have done it. I wish we would have hollered at you and gotten something on tape from while you were out there in Volusia and then while you were out there in Arizona. Are you good with that? Can we give you a call?
Ring me anytime, Kerbo. You do it at the worst times. But I always pick up.
But we'll be recording now is the only difference.
I
So-
really appreciate it. I'm going to start recording my conversations with Corby so people can really see the real Corby.
so they can know how long the phone rings.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're ever in
I always
prison,
answer.
don't waste your one phone call on Corby Sherb.
No, because he might be working out.
It'll be like 9 p.m. and
You're
he's
gonna-
I'm at volleyball
We're going to
practice.
serve 5 to 7.
All right. Well,
Ryder, what do you got
we
going on this
appreciate you.
weekend?
We'll be heading to
What's coming
Lawton
up?
Friday for the World of Outlaws.
All right.
And Creek County Saturday with the Outlaws once again.
Have you run 410s at either? Creek County doesn't run 410s or haven't.
No,
I don't believe.
they have, but I've never. It's probably going to be 60 cars there.
Creek County be
Lawton.
wild too on a 410.
Yeah, Lawton's going to be Lawton.
Mm-hmm.
We're hammered down. So hopefully we're prepared.
That's good.
Super Trucker's never going to get that red dirt and dust out of the old big black.
Hopefully we don't
From
put new
Lawton.
wings on the car again
Yeah.
like we did last weekend.
I won't.
You know,
Yeah.
But that's
So,
what you get. Didn't y'all start with a new wing this last weekend?
that might be a new superstition.
Right? Start
No
with a new
wings
wing.
on the car.
If you're
Yeah,
gonna put a new wing on, you got to take a hammer to it. At least put one dent in it.
Kick it.
I agree.
Put a dent
I'll
in
tell
it.
you, I was going to say this earlier. The absolute the people that made out like a bandit this weekend at Kennedale was all the teenagers that were going around collecting sheet metal.
One kid asked, "Can I have your car next time?" I'm like, "How about you get out of here?" Not in the mood.
Somebody asked me if they could have your steering wheel, and I was like, "Yeah, take it."
That's a very famous question too. All
Is it
the
really?
time. Oh yeah. About once a month I'll get that question.
Are you particular to your steering wheel?
I mean I prefer my MPIs over anything.
Do you tape
I
it
love,
up? Is it done
I
up a
love my
certain way?
dished MPI. I loved it.
And people
Is it
make fun
taped
of
a
me
certain
for
way
it.
or anything?
No, it's just MPI. It's got its memory foam, whatever they make out of it.
You run a
NASA.
dished wheel too, right? A little bit raised up.
Yeah.
I mean, you have massive legs,
So-
so
It's a go-kart wheel, people say. But
yep.
All right. Well, Jim's giving us the wrap up signal.
ever since the moon.
We really appreciate you coming on and taking your time out of being the last year of your teenage years, being a teenager, and taking an hour and 12 minutes and hour and 13 minutes now.
Because we got started late tonight too.
Yeah, my bad.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
I
wasn't going to
gotta-
call him out. Leave it up to Corby.
That's my fault.
Have to cancel on ESPN after this one. But
That's
thank
right.
you guys.
Yeah.
This was a
Good luck
blast.
this
Jim-
weekend. We'll be watching on Dirt Vision. Lawton and Creek County with the World of Outlaws this weekend. I think there's 305s at Waco Friday.
Yep.
I don't know who all is
Are you going to drop? When is this going to release? When is this coming out? Thursday, Friday? Today's Tuesday.
I'd say Friday morning. I'll look at it. Maybe some
Friday.
tonight, some tomorrow.
All
It's
right.
not,
All right, Ryder. It was
this is
really
gonna be our first
it was
video
great to
one,
have you
so.
on and learn who you are. Good luck this weekend and through the year, and hope to get to talk to you again.
Don't call
Yeah, thank you,
Corby
guys.
between 6 and 7. We'll see y'all later.
Later.
Thank you for listening to the Pushing the Cushion podcast. I'm sorry that it was a complete waste of your time. Maybe Corby and Slim will actually learn how to make an interesting podcast before the next one. Who am I kidding? I don't get paid enough for this. We'll see you next time.
My name is Jeff.